So our second book. So the second book that I read is I've watched this movie when I was a kid, and I've always wanted to read the book. Fortunately, I knew the events of the movie, so I kind of depicted somewhat of what was going to happen throughout the book, and it was almost like the book, almost. It's called The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. So the older man. This movie is based on an island to where the people are they live off the fish in the sea of what they eat. They don't never cast out past a couple miles, and this old man is very poor. He has little to nothing. He has a wooden shack. He has a little boy that comes and visits him throughout the book. And there comes a time in the book where he says, you know what, I got to be able to, feed my people. I got to be able to feed the community. And he cast out in the book, he cast out miles upon miles to go fish to see, can I find these fish? And the people say, you're never gonna catch nothing. There's nothing out there. Well, given rope, which is he used for his fishing string, actually in the book, and they actually use it in the movie. Rope has bait, and he uses it. He comes down to losing almost all his bait, besides for 3 to 4 pieces, and he comes upon a giant 40-foot marlin, and which is never to be heard of. It's never heard of, and for someone, you can make a self connection if you've been poor, if you've had little to nothing, if you you've seen poor people, they'll do anything to have something to eat, and the plot of it is no matter if you're poor or rich, that you can go out and you can feed somebody like he did. So within the last 3 to 4 pieces of bait, he comes upon the marlin and he prays to God his whole step of the way to where I need to be able to feed my people, God. Like, how can show me the fish? Guide me to the fish. Well, comes across the marlin, and marlin takes the bait the first run, takes all the rope, takes all the bit of rope he has. He prays to God, like, please let him come back. Throws another piece of bait out. Marlin comes back again, takes the bait. He fights the marlin for hours upon hours his second try. And, well, rope snaps. He thinks it's over. He lays down on the boat and says, I can't win. Like, God, show me. Please, give me some strength. So he throws his last piece of bait out. And the marlin comes back again. And this time he fights the marlin so well, he tires the marlin out. And the whole time he's looking up and says, give me the strength. Continue to give me the strength to beat this fish. Like, this is the biggest fish in the world. And, well, he tires the fish out. And he ties the fish to the side of his boat. And when he's looking at the fish, he praises that, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And that he's never seen such a beautiful creature, a beautiful fish in his life. So on his journey back in to island, he can't help but overlook the fish, the marlin. And he loves the fish so much to where he actually thanks the fish, and he wants to let the fish go, but he knows he can't because he's got to feed his people. Well, on about 2/3 of his way in, he comes upon a group of sharks. These groups of sharks start to eat the fish. He starts to beat the sharks off with his paddle, his oar. And, well, the sharks end up eating half of his fish to 3/4 of his fish. And that's what the book details, along with the movie. And he still says, you know what? I still have some fish that my people can eat. I will feed my people. I will show the people that I can bring fish. That even if you're poor and have nothing, that you can still give to the people. And when he arrives at shore, people are stunned by how huge the marlin is. And he just gets off the boat because he's so tired, and he walks up to his shack. And the little boy says, Did you get anything? Did you bring us anything? He was like, yeah, it's down there. It's at the boat. And the way the book foresees it is he overlooks where he lives on top of a hill, and sees people just like, wow, like I did, like he did that, like, and he says, I did that myself. I did that. I brought that fish for y'all. And they start cutting the remaining of the fish up to feed the people. And you know, this book tells, rather if you're poor or you're rich, that no matter what you have, you still have something. I believe it's a great book to where a student can read this. It's not under the difficult level. It's not. It's simple vocabulary, simple sentence structures. And if you're poor or rather you're rich, you can make some self connection to this book. And I like this book a lot. It's one of my favorites. I actually have the movie. It's sitting over there on the shelf, actually. So, if you want a good book to read, also, The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway.